Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Coffee Break. This is Dr. Michele Alignay. It's International Women's Week, and I am celebrating with everyone here who are watching, especially the women who are followers of Coffee Break. So, hi to everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you are in the world. Let us celebrate through our topic for this afternoon. That is womanly wisdom. So join me for the next 20 to 30 minutes to have coffee or sit down again with tea. There's so much tea going around today, but let's focus on the tea that is more important, and that is about womanly wisdom. When you say tea in this time and age, it's what's the tea? It's what's the news? What's the chismis? But during our time, tea is really tea. So get your tea or get your coffee. Join me for the next 30 minutes here at Coffee Break. Please say hi. You may put on your comments. You may put on your question about being women. You may put on your greetings about us celebrating womanhood. And that is what I would like for each of us to realize that it is a gift. Being a woman, it's a gift. Hindi natin siya pwedeng sabihin na, oh, napakahirap maging babae, ayokong maging babae, ayoko ng ganito kasi I'm disadvantaged. Let's just don't compare. Don't compare ourselves to how men are, because we need to learn how can we make the most of being women, because being a woman is beautiful. Being a woman is powerful also in its own way, and I would like us to celebrate each other. So good afternoon for everybody who are here already. So I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 greeters who are all women: JP, um, Vinay, Catherine, Rio, Melanie, and Maridel. So for the others, please say hi. Eloisa, how are you, my dear? So I hope that you join me for the rest of the afternoon. Not the afternoon, for the rest of 30 minutes. So let's celebrate this topic. So I would like to ask of you, when you say women, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when we hear the word women? Diba? Women. Pagkababae, babae. So when we say women, what is it for you? Ano siya sa'yo? Paano siya sa'yo? Do you feel excited in being a woman? Do you celebrate yourself being a woman? Do you get dressed to your advantage being a woman? I love dressing up. Yun yata hindi ko kayang ipagpalit. Even though that others would think, men would think that it's very complicated to be women. Sa akin parang it's really making the most of what we have. Okay, so join me for tea. Katerno ng damit ko ang aking tea. Pati yung tea niyan sa loob, it's my favorite hibiscus. So, ayan. Eliza, you're very active. Beauty and strength of heart, agree. Beauty and strength of heart. Ano pa? What else can you connote with the word women? Ano yung konektado sa pagiging babae para sa'yo? And I would like us to reflect about several areas of being women today, and we'll continue this conversation on Thursday. So the first thing that we would like to look into is that what is our realities as women? Anong meron tayo? Ano bang meron kayo right now, right here, right now? Ano bang realidad na natural sa buhay nating mga babae? Can you put that in the comment section? What are the realities that we need to deal with as women? In your homes, in your work, in your school, or wherever you are, in your roles, what are the realities that you need to do, you need to contend with, or you need to work on as a woman? Can you just put that in the comment section? Can you just celebrate being a woman by stating there what is it, my why what is my reality as a woman at the present moment? Ngayon, anong realidad ko bilang isang babae? Ano yung maybe even my struggle as a woman, even the setbacks that I am experiencing as a woman? Because I've been, in this line of work, I have been observing so many moms, um, yung concern nila na iniwanan ng asawa, and then they need to to be on their own. They need to they need to raise their kids on their own. And then the other women, of course, they are disadvantaged because they feel that they are abused, and they are, what do you call this, I have to use that word, they are abused, or they are uh, put into a disadvantage simply because they are women. But we're not going to focus on that. We're not going to focus on all the struggles that we have. And pero alam natin na meron tayong mga stressors. Minsan stressors sa atin na, what I've been getting a lot the past days is that balancing work and home. Diba? There is this thing that says that you cannot just choose work. You cannot be good at both. You cannot be good at work, and you cannot be good uh, at home, because one of it will suffer. You can only have one God at the same time. It may be true, but it may not be applicable the whole season of our womanhood. Hindi ba? For those mothers here, yes, there are temporary setbacks for in our lives as mothers, as women, because we have childbirth, but it doesn't mean that we will get stuck in our career. It doesn't mean that who we are in our 20s is exactly the same women that we are in our 30s, in our 40s and 50s, and in our golden years. Friends, we experience temporary setbacks, but it doesn't mean we pin our lives toward the season of a womanhood that we have. So if you're at a challenge, and talking about that, we have realities, and we need to look into those stages in the season of our lives. Nasaan ka? Nasaan ka? Are you in your 20s? Are you in the type that building and starting up your career? You have dreams of starting a family of your own, even to have a relationship uh, that you will call yours, and then to start your marriage or your family life, and then that is good. But then in the 30s, realities become different for many. If you are a career woman, if you're still single, and then so be it. And also, because also the realities of mothers and also women is that this is the time that when the career is starting to what do you call that, to lift, to we start climbing, we start getting the most of what we want in our work. 'Di ba? Yung sa 20s parang kinikilala pa lang natin para saan ako. Yung sa 30s parang, oh hey, I think I am here what I wanted. And then but then this is something that I can do. JP is saying that starting all over again after the setbacks of motherhood. Motherhood has setbacks, but the setbacks, for me, I call setbacks as step ups. Step up to be able to have kids, to raise your family. So, hindi siya forever. Naniniwala ako, hindi siya forever. So, I would like to check with you, di ba? So, iba tayo nung 20s, iba rin tayo ng 30s, kasi iba ng realidad natin. At 40s or 50s, iba rin yung reality natin. Iba rin yung, and then that is why we need to check where is our reality as a woman. And I believe that one thing that I believe is that our realities may be different, but maybe our heart have matured already. And the roles that we play, kahit yun pa rin yung roles natin, iba na rin yung perception natin. So we have evolved. The realities are there sa iba-ibang stages, but what is important is that we learn to evolve. Can you say that with me? We evolve as a woman. Hindi kung ano yung itsura natin in our 20s, yun pa rin ang itsura natin in our 50s. Hindi yung we don't say that hindi ako nagbago, okay lang, ganito pa rin ako, ganito pa rin yung katawan ko. Yes, maybe our bodies also have evolved or did not evolve, but you know what, I know that the woman inside you have evolved. Tama? Ano yung mga learnings natin during now, friends, I know that most of you who are listening to me, medyo nandito tayo sa age ng 30s to 40s eh. Tama ba, friends? Press heart if you agree with that, right? So, what I would like to ask you, in our realities, first thing, in our realities, what is it that we have evolved in? Ano yung in-evolve natin sa sarili natin? For example, your hair. Your hair, then Did you ever dare to look to make it different now? Did you ever change something with yourself? What is it that you have evolved in? Before, maybe we were so particular about everything. You were so OC, and and now that we are older, we know better. We know what to choose, kung ano yung papatulan at hindi. Hindi na lahat pinagkaka-OC-han natin. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? So what is it? What do you think is it that you have evolved in? Kasi I'm sure we have. We have. Um, yeah, it can be our body, it can be our mindset, it can be our hearts, it can be our maturity. So whatever it is for you, I feel that it is important for us to learn from the wisdom of what we get through our experience, because we have to evolve. Yung realities natin, it will always be there. It will always be there, our realities. Laging may iba-iba yan. Iba-iba ng packaging. In every season, iba-iba yan. But what we are then may not be how we are now. So I'm just looking here at your comments. We evolve as a woman. Ah, Paulina, my heart is of the 50-year-old. Yes, I know. But your OCness is that of a 20-year-old. She's a personal friend. She's a friend. That's why I know her so well. Susanna, before I am submissive to my husband. Oh, this is another issue altogether. And then Catherine, yes, hindi lahat pinapatulan. We are older and wiser. We know how to reserve our energies, right? So now, one thing that we have is the our realities as a woman, and also our roles. Ang dami nating role. Friends, uh, I would like you to ask you, what's the top three roles that you are playing right now? What are the three hats? So I have a hat here. What are the three hats that you wear in your daily life, in your daily interactions? Ako, today is Tuesday, so I am here with you as a speaker. I am also going to be a teacher. So pag-isahin natin ang hat yun. A teacher and a speaker goes together because both of them really are teaching and being in the position of education. Another one, I am also a mother and a wife. Tama, 'di ba? Ganon. Mother, wife, daughter. Yun din. If you're dealing with your parents like you, Edlin, maybe you are a daughter. So what's the top three roles? And paikot-ikot yun. But then, what roles? How do you handle it? Which is your favorite? And I would like to remind you that even though that we love the roles that we play, it can be very challenging. Maraming challenges pa rin yung mga roles that we play. And one wisdom that I heard from a fellow woman, amidst all the roles that we play, sometimes there is no such thing as balance. Kasi hindi naman talaga natin mababalanse lahat, diba? Hindi natin mababalanse lahat. And top three roles, mother, teacher, servant of God. Yes, but it's not every day that that's not every day that we use and we function as that, because there are days that we give fully to being um, a teacher because kulang yung araw because of all the work that we do. There are days that, okay, like Tuesdays, I teach. So Tuesday, I really put on my teacher hat. So lapat yung consultations that my students will do, it's really after class. So that's the role that I play. But there are days that I am a mom because I spend time with the kids. Every day yan kasama yan. But there are days that I would meet up friends or I will call friends. And there are days that we are a friend to someone. And there are days that I would visit my mom. And then when there, I will be a daughter. Diba? Um, and if you would look, they just interchange, but each of it, it's still us. It's still us. But don't be frustrated in thinking that it should be a perfect balance, because there's nothing really like a perfect balance. So please look at it this way. The roles that we play, yes, we have favorites. Yes, we have challenges. Yes, there are fulfillment, but in the long process, in the long process, we have to understand that it evolved still. Nag-e-evolve pa rin yan. Andun pa rin ako sa word na yun, friends. Yung realities natin, it evolves. Yung roles natin, it evolves also. You know why? Because it brings out the best in us as a woman. Our reality and the roles we play, they will may not be fixed. Sabi nga, change is the only thing that's constant. Yes. And I feel that I would put forward with you, evolving really is the call of maturity. Di ba parang, for example, we meet with friends. Tapos parang, and at this age that maybe you are late 30s like me, I'm early 40s. And then suddenly, the same, uh, the same pet peeve that you have with someone, with a friend from the past, may be the same issue that she has right now. And what's the common thing that we say? Ano ba yan? Hindi na nag-evolve. Yun pa rin yung issue niya. High school pa rin yung issue niya. Hindi pa rin siya nag-mature. Di ba? So friends, nasan tayo dito? And as women, I think we are in that position to be discerning, to be able to, we are very good in accessing our inner life. We are very good in grasping these little bits of realities around us. It's not chismis only, but then we know how to sense. Tama ba? There is such thing, wag mong tatalunin ang gut feel at intuition ng isang babae kasi that is an inner strength. I believe one time I told my husband that my gut feel and intuition, it's really valuable. And I feel that whenever I have something that worries me, I really, really would appreciate it if you would appreciate it also, and you would find that there is wisdom behind it. Because sometimes, yung minsan parang ayaw natin na, yung iba yung worry, at iba rin yung anxiety, pero yung intuition, let's talk about that on Thursday, okay? But then that is part of our reasoning, part of our makeup as women, and that's the third R. So first is the reality, and then our roles. Sama mo na yung responsibility. Sabi mo nga, Rose, when you're a woman, you take responsibility for your life and for you want from that life. Yes, agree, my dear Rosie. So let's look at the third, the reasoning of the woman. What sets us apart from men? The way we think is very different. Tama ba, friends? And I will share with you my favorite. These are books. These are books, but they are actually resources that are based on studies. So, yung mga differences that set men and women apart, but I'm not here to contrast difference. I'm here to highlight our uniqueness and our strength. I'm not saying that one is stronger than the other, that the man is stronger than women and the women is stronger than them. I'm not going to compare, but I'm going to contrast so you would be able to appreciate yourself and you'll be able to appreciate the role that you have in your life, in your families, in your relationships. Are you with me? Yeah, the tea is so good today. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Women, in one of my books in developmental psychology, the one that I read and took or base my notes for my classes. One of the things that I particularly read before is that men are activity oriented and women are relationship oriented. And let's put it this way, isn't it that we women would like to gather? We gather as a tribe. Parang sasabihin natin na, oh, magkita-kita tayo. At pag nagkita-kita tayo, we share about life. Kaya meron parang, let's have coffee, let's have tea. We share life. We have, crying sprees, crying moments. Nagbubuhos tayo ng sama ng loob sa isa't isa. Ang gusto natin yung magkaharap. Kaya nga challenge ngayon that everything is online, right? Pero kaya ako effective sa mga babaeng katulad nyo, tama ba? Kasi para tayong nag-uusap ng nagkakape because we're holding hands. That's so me also because we are relationship oriented. Have you ever thought of how men would do it? Would they call their men tribe and then ask them, guys, let's gather. Magkita-kita tayo, mag-coffee tayo. Ang dami kong kikwento, ang dami kong mga emosyon na ibubuo sa inyo. We don't hear them do that because they're not like that. Kaya sometimes people would ask me, Doc Itchel, do you have a program for men on this area? I was just laughing because men, una, hindi yun patok sa men. Pangalawa, it's not their psyche. It's not how they do things. They do things differently. Men, activity-oriented. So, activity-oriented. Magba-basketball sila at on the side meron silang, yes, Edlin, puro sports ang usapan. Yes, because that's activity orientation. On the side, dyan lang nila snippet ng buhay. Tayo, sisimulan natin sa buhay, masisingit yung sports, masisingit yung ibang bagay, masisingit lahat, pero babalik pa rin sa buhay at sa relasyon. And go to the bathroom in gatherings, diba? In social gatherings. When women one would say, I would go to the bathroom, it's a social affair. The bathroom time, the bathroom break for women, it's a social affair. Tama ba? Holding hands while walking pa. At doon maraming tea at chika sa banyo. Kasi nakita mo ba si ganyan? Alam mo kanina. So alam mo, tapos i-check yung clothes, i-check lahat, i-check yung look, o yung kilay ko, okay ba? And everything. Because it becomes social affair. It becomes an interchange. And also sometimes, it becomes our way to get to know someone. Question. Have you seen men go to the bathroom and chat on the bathroom and talk to each other in the bathroom the same way that we have a social affair in the comfort room or in the toilet or in the whatever you call it, bathroom, toilet, comfort room. In Jerusalem, it's called WC, water closet, and also others call it in British they call it the powder room, right? Nakakita ba kayo ng lalaking ganon? Wala. Kasi it's not part of their system. Edlin, you said that nami-miss mo na yung ganun. Ako rin, namiss ko na mag-CR. Kasi ngayon, bawal na pag nandun ka sa isang place, like a restaurant, one person allowed. Dati parang, alika na, kasi naman tayo di ba? And it becomes very intimate because we women are relationship-oriented. Men are activity-oriented. So you don't, ladies, this is just telling you, don't be frustrated whenever our husband would not talk to us the same way that we would talk to our girlfriends. Because for them, it's a lot. It's a lot of effort for them to sit down and really look at us in the eye and discuss things, talk things straight, pour our hearts out, and just be in the conversation world with us. It is important, but it's not natural for them. It's a deliberate effort. So please, let's commend the men in our lives if they're dealing with us the way that we want to. Because we are relationship-oriented, di ba? Kaya sa atin, napakahalaga ng relasyon. Sa kanila, what is that activity? The activity facilitates the relationship. In women, it's the relationship that resorts to an activity together. Does that make sense? Okay, the next one. Men, okay, when they're stressed, it was said by John Gray. I don't know if you know John Gray. Uh, uh, what do you call this? John Gray is an author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Have you heard of that classic book? And it said, we need men are from Mars, women are from Venus. He said that when women deals in a relationship and they get stressed in a relationship, women are like waves. Why? We bigay tayo ng bigay at nagpipik tayo. Diba? Nagpipik tayo. We give all. Pag tayo bumaksak, boom, baksak. And then we get our momentum again. But for men, that's why men go to their caves because men are like rubber bands. Rubber bands is that pag sila na stress or they cannot deal with a conflict, they cannot deal with anything, what they do is that they stretch and then they would recharge again. They stretch and they would recharge again. That's why Women are like waves and then men go to their caves. What do I mean by that? Kaya ang lalaki pa, the men would, knows how to retreat by themselves whenever they're stressed about something. That is why their tendency usually is to be by themselves, to do an activity by themselves, and to find alone time. That is, if you see it, it's something that we can learn from them. Whereas us, pag tayo nagbigay, bibigyan natin lahat. Pag bumaksak tayo, baksak na baksak. And then we call our tribes. We call our tribe and then we would try to pull ourselves together by gathering all the energy that we can get from other people, from our support. Yun yung sa atin, friend. So, ibang-iba rin, di ba? Ibang-iba yung how we do it and how they do it at ibang-iba yung, that is why when we have acknowledged how we are, it's easier for us to deal with them. Kasi alam natin na, okay, magre-recharge ka, mag-alone time ka, okay, we have to give it to them because it's very critical for them. It's very important for them to do it. So next thing is that this is my favorite. There's a book that I've read. It's called Men Are Waffles, Women Are Spaghetti. And I think many of you can relate with this. It's a whole book, and maybe I can do a topic on this soon. But if you see, men are waffles. When they're engaged into activity, into a discussion, they're like waffles. They are like in each box. So, kung nasa trabaho sila, wag mo silang iistorbohin to tell them that they need to do errands, that they need to buy something or that you will be purchasing something important because they are in their work box, maybe in their meeting box, maybe. That is why there's a lot of fights also when men are into their sports. If they're engaging, if they are sitting down and watching, ayaw nila istorbo because they're at in their entertainment box. Whereas women, that is why you cannot expect men, friends, don't expect men to multitask. That is our strength. I'm not saying they cannot, but I'm saying that it's our strength. Remember their waffles, they tend to be in their box because us, we are usually like spaghetti. What is the trait of a spaghetti? You have to twist it to be able to get it right. Duktong-duktong, mahaba, sala-sala, intertwined. I have to say that word. Intertwined. And what's the effect? That is why we know how to multitask. Because even if I'm planning here and engaging with you, later on, I have an idea already what I want for dinner. And after this, maybe I'll instruct my daughter to get something upstairs. At alam ko yung dapat ko pang gawin because I'm gonna teach after this live stream because I can do that. I can multitask and uh, I can even answer PM or a personal message by a friend even while talking to you. Kaya natin yun. Kaya natin pagsabay-sabayin because we tend to be spaghetti. Kaya nga sabi ng asawa ko, pag nagkikwento ka, please, lagyan mo ng period. Kasi sometimes, yung walang period, yung one thought, kasama na yung pangalawang thought at may pangatlong thought pa. And that is why it's going all together. It's going intertwining, it's going with each other. Parang, ano ba sinasabi mo? Yung in the here and now or something else? That is why it's hard for us to be in the present moment. That's why mindfulness is actually a tool for us. It's actually something good for us. Why? Because men, they know how to be in the present moment. Give them TV, give them maybe a movie, give them Netflix. They will be in their zone and they would not care about anything else because they are like waffles. Women, we are spaghetti. So, tinan nyo, benta sa atin yung pagkasalita ng ganito, nagkaintindihan tayo. Kahit sabihin natin na yun sa mga friends natin, hindi ba yun tayo nung nagpunta tayo nung one time sa ganyan? And then this happened. Ay, oo nga pala. Tapos, and then, ayun yung nakita natin. Sige, women would understand the context of the conversation, even if the sentence is it's two or three parts, or the sentence is incomplete, or there are just about four thoughts and four phrases, but men, they would not get it. Di ba? Nagkaintindihan tayo ron, and that is a power. And that is what I think is the skill for multitasking. Kaya natin yun. Kaya natin yun, friends, di ba? Ah, that is why it's critical for us to understand how we are, because we need to learn how to transpose that properly. We need to learn na, ay, oo nga, no, ang ganda pala. And I am sharing this with you for us to fully appreciate. I am sharing all these things with you, the way we reason out, us being relationship oriented, us being like waves when we give, and us being too spaghetti. I would like you to maximize those because these are our uniqueness, and these are womanly gifts, womanly tendencies. I'm not saying that we are all like this, but what I'm saying that we tend to be so, and it's very different from how men do things, simply because we are wired that way. And because of this reasoning and appreciation, dyan lalabas yung wisdom natin. We have the wisdom for relationship. We have the wisdom for multitasking. We have the wisdom for giving our all, isn't it? But I would like you also to warn you that is why we cannot be too much. It's our strength, but we need to balance it. If we are into a relationship, we also need to engage in various things, various activity with other women. Like last Saturday, I was with a friend, and we attended a class of a friend doing beeswax candle, and it's so exciting because it's an activity, but I'm enjoying myself in the process. And also, we have to learn how we can, from the men, how they recharge. Yung way they have to be in their caves. So when we give, it's good for us to give all, but we should know how to recharge by ourselves. Remember, I always teach you about self-care. Importante yun. So it's good that we are valuing relationship. It's important for us to give our all, but don't give everything. We have to learn how to recharge by ourselves, for ourselves, and more importantly, the third one. Yes, we are spaghetti. We should harness the power of multitasking. That is why we need to recalibrate ourselves and have more mindful moments to be in the now, to be in the present, and to make the most of what we can. So here, I would like you to appreciate yourself as a woman. Can you just tell me in the comment section, from the discussion that I'm doing regarding our realities, our roles, and our reasoning, these areas, what is it that you appreciate with yourself? Can you just put there in the comment, I appreciate my womanity. Okay, I appreciate my womanly blank. Ayan. I appreciate my womanly blank. I appreciate my womanly multitasking strength. So please do that, because if we keep comparing ourselves with the men, it will be very frustrating. Bakit di mo ginagawa to? Bakit ako kaya ko? No more comparison, friends. We we're supposed to be evolving. But what I need us to do is to be able to appreciate it, so we know when to use it, we know when to recharge, and we know how to make the most out of it. So please leave a comment. Leave that I appreciate my womanly blank. Leave that in the comment section. And if you have questions on womanly wisdom, please don't feel free to put that in the comment section so that I can answer it on Thursday when we continue. On Thursday, let's discuss about womanly intuition, womanly relations, and womanly emotions, and that is very critical. It's going to teach us a lot of things when we know how to listen to ourselves. Please, friends, in Women's Week, in Women's Day, in Women's Month, please put there what you appreciate about yourself. And I am reading your post. My womanly uniqueness and abilities, your Jean, Susanna, being a full-time mother, that's nice. Afril, being my simplicity as a woman. Very nice. Catherine, my womanly multitasking. I love it. Yang, my womanly emotions. Oh, I love this. Edlin, my womanly mind, body, and soul. Appear, my dear. Isal, I appreciate my womanly gift. Uh, Melanie, appreciate to be able to listen to myself. Oh, that is really a tall thing. So here, please leave that in the comment section. Please follow Michelle Alignay here in Facebook or share this to women friends that you think need to hear and enjoy and celebrate themselves being a woman. No matter what role we play, we are gifted. God gave us this uniqueness, this strength to for us to appreciate our gifts as women, our value as women, and our role as women, not just in our family, but in the ministry that God has for us. That's it. Thank you for listening to Coffee Break. See you again on Thursday. This is Dr. Michelle Alignay. Thank you, friends, for joining me.